Who are you? Really what's your superpower, and why should you win this award?
I'm Mark Lenkula, CEO and founder of Epitel, and we have developed the first wireless patch for recording EEG that we call REMI. And REMI uses 4 of our wireless wearable sensors that can be placed on the scalp below the hairline by pretty much anyone for remote interpretation by a neurologist. So REMI is discreet. It allows you to go about your daily routine, unencumbered by traditional wired tethers and the gauze head wraps. REMI is FDA cleared for up to 30 days of use, continuous use outside of the hospital. That includes our AI automated seizure detection software. Whereas a traditional ambulatory EEG kind of maxes out at 3 days, your chances of capturing these rare events like seizures is pretty difficult with the gold standard. So I'd say our superpower is our AI for automated seizure detection. And our AI is really meant to take weeks and weeks of EEG data and convert it into that clinically actionable information that can be consumed by a neurologist. So in this case, our AI is meant to make it easy for that neurologist to really determine, is their patient experiencing these seizures at home, very quickly. And so now weeks and weeks of EEG data can really be reviewed in a matter of minutes.
Specific examples of how it's being used by, again, any partners, any hospital systems, anyone who you can talk, give us something specific about how it's impacting care.
The case that we are most proud of at Epitel, where we've made a profound impact on a patient's life, was literally our first commercial patient. So mother of 2 was having spells. And so her neurologist had her go into the epilepsy monitoring unit in the hospital for a 5-day recording session. And that session was inconclusive. And so she was just devastated because, she was still having her spells at home and just didn't know what to do. So some months later, the neurologist could have prescribed a 3-day EEG, but instead they prescribed a 7-day REMI study. And she was literally in tears because she didn't have to take off work. She didn't have to get a babysitter, all the things that would create a barrier to a successful study. And she even went to the beach with her kids during a recording session. And so our AI had detected 2 events towards the end of her recording session that just wouldn't have been captured on a 3-day EEG. The first one corresponded with one of her spells, and she marked it on the app. And it turned out to be an electrographic seizure that she was aware of. The second event actually occurred the next day at 2:30 in the morning, and she didn't even know it because she was sleeping. So this is kind of an example of being able to record those events that you just don't know that you're having. And so now her neurologist has the evidence that, okay, we know what her spells are and can properly treat her accordingly, much faster than we could have through the classic pathway. So that's our favorite story.
Great story. That's really great to hear. I guess the other question I would have for you again is, let's just following up on that really quick, which is, what can you do with Epitel that you cannot do with other systems that you might be able to use at home? Is there any other thing that you do that really separates you from the others?
Yeah, there really isn't anything out there for long-term home monitoring for neurology in this space that records EEG. And so we're kind of, greenfield in that way. But really what makes it accessible and usable by a neurologist is being able to take all that data where nothing's going on and only highlight those sections where, yeah, take a look at this. This could be an event that you're looking for. Or here's what the patient marked. This is what they think they're having at home. Is there an EEG correlate? And so that's where it really, really shines.
Right. And you're wireless as well, too, right? So, people, they can go about their life.
That's correct. Yes. It's wireless to a smart device, and then the smart device relays the data to the cloud. So everything is very seamless for the patient's perspective.